Alright, well, time to put some content out. Keep moving. Oh, by the way, hello viewers. Another beautiful day. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. What? Alright, now we got, what do we got? Inzoi. System requirement. There's a video here too. Nice one too. Inzoi. And what do we got? What's this? Drangonkin the Banished. System requirements. Yeah. Alright, what do we got here? Let me get this out the way real quick. It says here, Sims rival Inzoi gets PC requirement. They're pretty high. Okay? I'm not even going to say the other word. It says here, Crafton has just released the PC system requirements for its upcoming Sim rival Inzoi, and if you're wanting to push these graphic settings up, you're going to need something short of a beefy gaming PC with a powerful CPU and CPU and GPU combo. That's not surprising, given that it's powered by Unreal Engine 5, but I think they're misleading the market for such game. A lot of people who play these management type of games run on older systems, so if you're running on an older rig, then you'll likely be left with all the settings on their absolute minimum. Then they say Inzoi PC requirements. That being said, minimum settings don't look too bad. They reveal a comparison trailer, which you can see above, and it does look alright. However, even then they recommend an Intel i5 1001400 or AMD Ryzen 5 3600 with 12 gigs of RAM, which in the GPU department you'll want an NVIDIA RTX 2060 or AMD Radeon RX 5600 XT. Says things ramp up significantly for recommended settings with an Intel i7 12700K or AMD Ryzen 7 7800 X3D with 16 gigs of RAM, paired with the more powerful NVIDIA RTX 3070 or AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT or XDX. Says here, then it's off to the races with a high PC specification. As for an Intel i7 14700K or AMD Ryzen 7 9800 X3D with 32 gigs of RAM and much more powerful NVIDIA RTX 4080 or AMD Radeon RX 7900 XTX. That's Inzoi. And it says, thankfully the game does feature 8 different presets to cater to a wide range of audience, but if you have a high-end card, the game does support ray tracing, most likely in the form of lumens via Unreal Engine, which we know to be very hardware intensive. The game will support DLSS, FSR3, XeSS, and like most modern games, I suspect they will be absolute essential to getting good performance, but I'm happy to be proven wrong. And then it says where to buy. Inzoi will launch on March 28th in early access, hopefully in a playable state for those who haven't been able to afford the potent GPU and CPU combo. GPU and CPU combo required for those higher presets. And yeah, it says here about this game, experience various aspects of life. Inzoi is a life simulation game where players can alter any aspect of their world to create unique stories and experience. Just like in the real world, you can find jobs to make a living while forming deep relationship through interactions with complete community simulation of every character acting on their free will. You can experience unexpected events to feel the various emotions life has to offer. With Inzoi, we hope to share the message that life itself is the true gift, and every journey has its own meaning. Says here, live the life of your dreams, and Inzoi provides a variety of creative tools so that player can visualize the life they've always dreamed of. Developed using Unreal Engine 5, the game realistic graphics allow the player to let their imagination run free with easy creation of different resources. Customize your character appearance and outfit and build your custom home using a wide selection of free movable furniture and structures. You can also adjust different parts of your property and surrounding roads, as well as aspects of your residing city for a full customizable experience. Yeah. Now back on this spec sheet here. Let me take a look at this. What do we got here? Okay. See what we got here. See if I can close this down. Okay. And raise the fonts a little bit. Oh yeah, gotta do that. What's this? Okay, put up to the 200 mark. Yeah. Alright. Now let's see what we got. Minimum operating system. We're talking requirements here. Windows 10 and 11 64-bit processor. Intel i5 10400. AMD Ryzen 5 3600. 12 gigs of main memory. That's on the board, not the video memory. Graphics. NVIDIA RTX 2080. 6 gigs of video RAM. We're talking about the RAM that comes with the video card. AMD Ryzen RX 5600 XT, 6 gigs of video RAM. Then it says DirectX version 12. Internet connection required. 40 gigs of storage, solid state. Okay. Then it says medium, Windows 10 and 11 64-bit. Intel i7 11700, AMD Ryzen 7 5800 X3D, memory 16 gigs of RAM, NVIDIA RTX 3060, 8 gigs of video RAM, AMD Radeon RX 6600, 8 gigs of video RAM, DirectX version 12, internet connection required, and 50 gigs of storage. Now, that's on medium. Now, recommended. Windows 10 and 11 64-bit, Intel i7 12700K, AMD Ryzen 7 7800 X3D, 16 gigs of video RAM. 16 gigs of RAM on the main board. NVIDIA RTX 3070, 8 gigs of video RAM. AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT, 16 gigs of video RAM. DirectX version 12, internet connection required, and 60 gigs of storage. Now, for high, last one, Windows 10 and 11 64-bit, Intel i7 14700K, AMD Ryzen 7 9800 X3D, 32 gigs of RAM, NVIDIA RTX 4080, 16 gigs of video RAM. That's the RAM that comes with the video card. Video RAM. AMD Radeon RX 7900 XTX, 24 gigs of video RAM. To go along with that 32 gigs on the board. Yeah. DirectX version 12, internet connection required, and 75 gigs of storage. Yeah. Step your game up. Anyway, so those are the specs on Inzoi. Yeah, that should do it. So get your PCs required in shape, portable PCs ready for this one. If you like The Sims, you'll love it's kind of like The Sims, but probably more better. Probably, but I'm guessing on that one. All right, now here's the other one. Now, Drangonkin the Banished. Oh, you want to know if you can run this game on? Alright, let's see what the specs say on this one. Spec sheets, judges, let's see here, required a 64-bit processor and operating system. This is minimum. Windows 10 and 11, right? Processor, Intel Core i5 6600 or AMD Ryzen 3 1200. Memory, 8 gigs of RAM. That's on the main board. Graphics, NVIDIA GeForce RTX, NVIDIA GeForce, GTX, I said RTX, GTX 9070, right? And then ATI Radeon RX 4070, 4 gigs of video RAM. Yeah. And then DirectX version 12. And you need, in storage, you need 37 gigs of storage. And then additional notes: SSD highly recommended, 1080p, 30 IPS on medium settings. All right. Now, for recommended, requires a 64-bit processor and operating system, Windows 10 and 11, right? Processor Intel Core i5 10500 or AMD Ryzen 5 3700X. Memory, 16 gigs of RAM. Graphics, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2070 or ATI Radeon RX 5700 XT. DirectX version 12. And storage is 37 gigs. And of course, SSD required for 1080p at 60 FPS. And that is for Drangonkin the Banished. So, Inzoi, Drangonkin the Banished, system PC requirements there. So you know PCs are like cars. You know, you got to keep updating them to get the best out of them. You know, so that's why when you build a PC, you get a board that can hold at least I would say at least 64 gigs of RAM or higher, just for starters. You know, 64 gigs of RAM or higher. That's just basic. 64, and then get you a nice graphics card to go with it. You know, of course, you gotta have your DVD, HD DVD, Blu-ray drives on them. You need some solid state drives. You need your RAM. Yeah, nice CPU. You know, the board might. Usually you buy a CPU and a motherboard, the board might hold a higher CPU, so you want to check that serial number on the board and then go on from there. So yeah, that's just basic though. 64 gigs for starters. You know, so because like I told you when I first started YouTube, video games are high maintenance. So yeah, so you got a lot of you can put a lot of SSD on a desktop. You can do it the same for a laptop. Laptop got the external can do external GPUs too, so that too, and then I'll take it from there. Yeah, but that RAM on the board is really important because depend on the operating system that you're using. You need a lot of RAM. So yeah, RAM is like gas. It's like what gas is to the car is like what gas is to your car. It's what RAM is to your computer. Yeah, gotta have that, man. So yeah, and get you a nice size screen, or you can use your TV if you want to. Yeah, and then take it from there, and then get your game on. Oh yeah, PCs, man, plenty of games to play, man. Plenty. Yeah, I mean, portable PCs is one thing, but that desktop, man, they got plenty of games to play. Plenty. So gotta keep your PCs in shape, man. If you want to keep up with video games. It's the same thing with these portable PCs. This is why I tell people, like when they when they have those portable PCs, that they put 2 terabytes of storage, because there's so much data coming in. Yeah, updates. Oh yeah, and then put your games on a micro SD card, and if you got the docking station, then use the docking station with external hard drive support. So, use that to save your games, and then you can mount another hard drive. If you got your PC technical skills down, you can mount another hard drive to the dock, and then go on from there. So yeah, PC's got plenty of games to play. Keyboard, mouse, and all the different controllers you can use. So yeah, oh yeah. But other than that, you guys are good though. As far as gaming goes, keep you guys in the loop. That should hold you for now though. But yeah, got to keep your PCs in shape, man. Got to. Always in shape. For people that's playing video games on PC, oh yeah, 64 gigs. Get a board that holds 64 gigs of RAM. That's your starters. So why do I say that? Because that way you don't run into a problem. Because some boards only hold like like say like only like say probably like 16. Some boards probably hold like 32, so get you a board that holds 64 for now, for the time being. You know, but you should be able to play a lot of games with that, man. So yeah, updates are always coming in, non-stop. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy it. Nice talking to you people again. Crystal, Star Wars, Star Trek, board, Dark Side. Go. Peace.